several members of my team. They felt betrayed to a degree for a while.
Behind the strange lights, UFO encounters, and hidden experiments at Skinwalker Ranch lies a pain far darker than anyone could imagine. Brandon Fugal, the man who dared to open this forbidden place to the world, has carried a sorrow deeper than any mystery buried beneath the Utah desert. He has spent years chasing the unknown, facing fear, and searching for the truth beyond our world. But what if his mission isn't just about curiosity, but about heartbreak? Stay with us as we uncover the tragedy that has forever marked his life. Beyond the glory. While Brandon Fugal opened the mysterious gates of Skinwalker Ranch to the world, behind the cameras and the fame, he carried a quiet pain few people knew about. For all his success and strength, he was still human, and no amount of wealth or recognition could prepare him for what was to come. In 2021, Brandon faced one of the darkest chapters of his life. He lost not just a parent, but a mentor, a man who had guided and inspired him since childhood, his father, Daniel Boyd Fugal. The loss came suddenly after a painful and rapid decline in his father's health. For Brandon, it wasn't just the passing of a loved one. It was the loss of the man who had shaped his values, his work ethic, and his belief in doing good. As he searched the skies above Skinwalker Ranch for answers to the unknown, he was also facing a mystery far more personal: how to keep going when the person who once gave him strength was no longer there. When Daniel's health began to fade, Brandon tried to stay strong for his family, for his business, and for the many projects he led. But behind the confident smile people saw on TV and in interviews, he was breaking inside. He missed their long talks. He missed the advice that came with quiet wisdom. And he missed the steady presence of the man who had helped shape his life. After his father's passing, Brandon spoke openly about the pain, not as a public figure, but as a grieving son. It was a loss that changed him forever. Just a year before losing his father, Brandon suffered another devastating blow. In September 2020, his creative partner and close friend, Kevin Burns, died suddenly of cardiac arrest. Kevin wasn't just any producer. He was the executive producer of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, the show that brought Brandon's mysterious property into the spotlight. Kevin had believed in the project when few others did. He had the rare ability to turn Brandon's ideas into stories that millions would watch and talk about. To the world, Kevin's death was a headline, but to Brandon, it felt like losing a brother. The two had spent years together, developing the show, exploring the unknown, and sharing a passion for discovery. When Kevin passed away unexpectedly, it left Brandon shaken. There would be no more brainstorming sessions, no more laughter about wild theories, no more midnight calls about what to film next. He described it as losing a creative soulmate. It wasn't just about losing a business partner, it was losing a part of his own dream. And yet, Brandon carried on. He dedicated later work on The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch to Kevin's memory, determined to keep the vision alive. But Brandon's story of loss began long before fame or television. Years earlier, he went through what he called a brutal divorce. His first marriage to Lacey Ann Fugal ended painfully. The separation left him emotionally and financially drained. For a time, he had to move back into his parents' basement, a humbling experience for a man who was already known as one of Utah's top real estate developers. He described that period as one of the lowest points of his life. There were no TV cameras, no glowing lights, no applause, just silence and self-reflection. Brandon had to rebuild from scratch, not just his business, but his sense of purpose. During those quiet years, he focused on his children. He and Lacey had 4 kids together, and being a father became his anchor. It took time, faith, and persistence, but Brandon eventually found his way back, stronger and more grounded than before. After years of healing, something unexpected happened. He found love again. In September 2021, Brandon married Kristen McCarty, a woman who shared not only his values, but also his drive to make a difference. Their wedding wasn't a typical corporate affair. It took place at the beautiful Sundance Resort, surrounded by nature and close friends. And to make it even more magical, the legendary rock band Air Supply performed at the reception. It was a celebration of love, second chances, and new beginnings. Kristen wasn't just his life partner, she was his partner in purpose. She worked as the legal affairs director at Brandon's real estate company, Adamantium Real Estate, and was deeply involved in philanthropy and community work. Like Brandon, she graduated from Pleasant Grove High School and Utah Valley University. Together, they built a life rooted in shared vision and resilience. Brandon's world finally seemed stable again. His career was thriving, his family was growing, and Skinwalker Ranch had become a global phenomenon. But fate wasn't done testing him yet. After 3 years of marriage, just as Brandon and Kristen were celebrating their wedding anniversary, another challenge appeared, one that nearly changed everything again. Kristen shared a heartfelt message on Instagram, calling their anniversary special, even though Brandon was in less than ideal circumstances from his accident. She didn't go into detail about what happened, but her words hinted that it had been serious. Whether it was a car accident or something else, no one outside the family knew for sure. What mattered was that Brandon survived. Once again, he faced pain, and once again, he refused to give up. In the following months, he continued his work, appearing at events, and filming new seasons of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. It was clear that his willpower was as unbreakable as ever. Today, Brandon Fugal is not just known as a billionaire real estate mogul or the owner of Skinwalker Ranch. He's known as a man who keeps going, no matter what life throws at him. He now has 7 children, balancing his time between business, television, and family life. He often speaks about the importance of gratitude, faith, and keeping a sense of purpose. Despite his wealth and success, he often reminds people that pain doesn't discriminate. Even those who seem to have it all can carry hidden wounds. Each tragedy left its mark on him. Losing his father reminded him of the value of legacy. Losing Kevin Burns taught him that creativity and friendship can outlive death. His divorce showed him the strength that comes from starting over. And his accident tested his resilience one more time. But through it all, Brandon never stopped believing in something greater, not just the mysteries in the sky above Skinwalker Ranch, but the mysteries within the human spirit. When fans watch The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, they see a man chasing the unknown, exploring strange lights, investigating magnetic anomalies, and confronting forces science can't explain. But behind that, there's another side to Brandon Fugal, the side that knows the greatest mysteries aren't always found in the heavens. Sometimes they're found in the human heart. As of today, Brandon continues to lead his companies, guide research at Skinwalker Ranch, and inspire countless fans around the world. His life reminds us that even those who explore the darkest mysteries can be fighting their own battles in silence. Through every loss, he's chosen faith over fear and curiosity over despair. He may spend his days investigating strange lights and mysterious forces in the Utah desert. But as Brandon Fugal once said, the real mystery isn't just what's out there, it's what's inside us. Those words reveal something deeper about the man behind the legend. So who is Brandon Fugal really? What drives a successful businessman to step into a world filled with fear, doubt, and the unexplained? What made him trade the comfort of boardrooms for the eerie silence of Skinwalker Ranch? To understand the man he is today, we need to look back to the early years that shaped his dreams, built his determination, and sparked his lifelong curiosity about the paranormal. What moments in his past fueled his fascination with the unknown? And why does he believe that the truth about the universe might be hiding right here on Earth? The man, the myth. When people talk about mysterious places filled with UFO sightings, glowing orbs, and strange creatures, one name often appears: Brandon Fugal. But behind the flashing lights and paranormal stories lies a man whose life is far bigger than what we've heard. He's not just an explorer of the unknown. He's one of the most successful businessmen in Utah, a man who turned hard work, faith, and curiosity into power, wealth, and purpose. Born on April 3, 1973, Brandon Daniel Fugal grew up in Utah with big dreams. From a young age, he was fascinated by business, technology, and the mysteries of the universe. But his story isn't just about money or fame. It's about a man who chased success in both the real world and the unexplained one. Brandon attended Utah Valley University on a leadership scholarship in the early 90s. Although he didn't finish his degree, he often says the university gave him the foundation he needed to succeed. It was there that he learned about leadership, communication, and how to build strong connections, skills that would later make him a multimillionaire. Years later, after becoming one of Utah's most powerful real estate developers, Brandon gave back to the very place that helped shape him. He donated $5 million to build a major new facility called the Brandon D. Fugal Gateway Building, which officially opened on December 1, 2021. The building now serves as the heart of the university, home to the president's office, classrooms, and a welcome center for new students. It stands as a symbol of how far Fugal had come, from a young student with ambition to a man shaping the future of education in Utah. But Brandon's business journey began in an unexpected place, Hawaii. While serving on a religious mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, he started dabbling in real estate part-time. He saw how property could shape communities and build futures, and that passion never left him. When he returned to Utah, he jumped straight into the business world. By the late 90s, Brandon was already making a name for himself. At just 25 years old, he co-founded Coldwell Banker Commercial Advisors in 1998, a bold move for someone so young. But Brandon had vision and drive. Under his leadership, the company grew into one of the most successful commercial real estate firms in the western United States. It became known for helping companies find their perfect locations, including a small startup at the time called Ancestry.com. Brandon helped Ancestry find its large headquarters in Lehi, Utah, a move that would later anchor the city's rise as a major tech hub. After 20 years of growth, Brandon's company caught the attention of Colliers International Group, a global real estate giant. In 2018, Colliers acquired his firm, and Brandon became chairman of Colliers International Utah. Today, his influence stretches across the Intermountain West, managing billions in real estate and creating thousands of jobs. Fugal's success didn't go unnoticed. In 2016, he won the prestigious EY Entrepreneur of the Year award for Utah in the category of residential and commercial services. That same year, he appeared on the cover of Utah Business Magazine, where he shared his philosophy on leadership and innovation. But while most people would stop after achieving that level of success, Brandon didn't. He had already conquered the business world. Now he wanted to explore something deeper. He's also a philanthropist, venture capitalist, and collector, with interests ranging from ancient books to luxury cars. In Hawaii, he's part of a group called Pamaikai Partners, which is working to create Laukiha'a Farms Community, a beautiful agricultural and land preservation project meant to protect Hawaii's natural beauty and promote sustainable living. He's also an investor in Colossal Biosciences, a groundbreaking company focused on de-extinction, bringing back extinct animals like the woolly mammoth through advanced genetic science. Brandon often says he believes in using technology to heal the planet, and this project is one of the boldest steps in that direction. Brandon Fugal is also known for his love of rare history. He owns priceless artifacts, including a Book of Hours from 1470, a first-edition King James Bible from 1611, and a 1619 copy of The Celestial Worlds Discovered, one of the earliest works about the possibility of life on other planets. These aren't just old books to him. They represent humanity's long quest for knowledge, a journey that stretches from ancient beliefs to modern science. In many ways, his collection mirrors his own story, a man reaching for truth across time. But Brandon also enjoys the finer things in life. His car collection includes luxury models like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche, each one a reflection of his success, discipline, and taste for excellence. Despite his fame and wealth, Brandon often speaks about his faith and how it grounds him. His time as a missionary taught him humility, service, and perspective, values that continue to guide his business and personal life. Those who know Brandon Fugal often describe him as a man of focus and depth, disciplined, curious, and driven not just by wealth, but by purpose. He isn't someone who chases success for fame. He searches for meaning in every project he touches. Whether he's raising skyscrapers that redefine Utah's skyline or protecting farmlands that preserve nature's beauty, his goal remains the same: to uncover truth and make the world a better place. But there's another side to Brandon Fugal, a side that reaches beyond business and into the unknown. His sharp mind and fearless curiosity have led him into the world of the unexplained, where science meets mystery. Over the years, he's become fascinated by questions that have no easy answers. What lies beyond what we can see? Are there forces or dimensions we have yet to understand? Could there be life beyond our own world, watching, waiting, or even interacting with us in ways we can't yet comprehend? As Fugal continues his journey, one question becomes impossible to ignore. What has he truly uncovered in his search for interdimensional mysteries, and how much of it is the world ready to hear? The mysterious land. In his quest to explore the unknown, Brandon Fugal made a bold move. He bought one of the most feared and mysterious pieces of real estate in America. Hidden deep in the Utah desert, surrounded by rugged mountains and ancient legends, lies Skinwalker Ranch, a 512-acre stretch of land that has earned a reputation unlike any other. This isn't a place known for its beauty or peace. It's known for its mysteries. Over the years, people have reported seeing UFOs, glowing orbs, strange creatures, and even unexplainable magnetic forces that seem to defy science. Some say it's cursed. Others believe it's a portal to another dimension. Whatever it is, one thing is certain: Skinwalker Ranch has become the heart of America's paranormal investigations. But this story isn't only about aliens or ghostly encounters. It's also about the people brave enough to face the unknown, the researchers who risked their safety to uncover the truth, and the science still struggling to explain what's really happening on that eerie land. So what made Brandon Fugal take such a huge risk? What secrets did he hope to uncover in a place filled with so much fear and mystery? And what has he discovered since opening its gates to the world? Before it became the center of a global mystery, Skinwalker Ranch was simply known as Sherman Ranch. It sits southeast of Ballard, Utah, close to the Uinta and Ouray Indian Reservation. The name Skinwalker comes from a terrifying figure in Navajo legend, a witch or shapeshifter said to possess dark powers, capable of taking the form of animals and haunting the living. Local native tribes have long feared this area, believing it to be cursed or a doorway between worlds. Reports of strange lights and flying objects in the sky around the Uinta Basin date back to the 70s. But it wasn't until the 90s that Skinwalker Ranch truly captured national attention. In 1994, a rancher named Terry Sherman and his family bought the property. From the very first day, they realized something was terribly wrong. They saw strange glowing orbs floating through the fields, heard loud mechanical noises in the sky, and even spotted massive creatures with glowing red eyes that seemed immune to bullets. Their cattle, their livelihood, began disappearing or turning up mutilated in disturbing ways. Some were found with their organs removed surgically, and there were no footprints, no blood, and no explanation. The Shermans were frightened and confused. They even claimed to have seen a wolf-like creature that was so big it towered over their animals, yet it couldn't be hurt, even when shot at close range. After 2 years of living in fear, the family couldn't take it anymore. They decided to sell the property. The ranch was bought by Robert Bigelow, a Las Vegas businessman and the founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science. Bigelow was fascinated by the paranormal and wanted to investigate the ranch scientifically. He paid $200,000 for the land and immediately set up a team of researchers, scientists, and military experts to study what was going on. One of those involved was Colonel John B. Alexander, a retired U.S. Army officer. Their goal was to collect hard data, evidence that could finally explain the mystery. The team reportedly recorded nearly 100 strange incidents. They saw glowing orbs, UFOs, cattle mutilations, and even invisible forces that created strong magnetic fields capable of interfering with electronic equipment. But despite all their efforts, they struggled to find proof that could be published scientifically. The events were unpredictable, happening without warning, and often leaving no physical evidence behind. It was as if whatever was on the ranch was playing with them, appearing when it wanted, and vanishing just as quickly. The surrounding region has always been filled with strange stories. Local ranchers have spoken of mutilated cattle for decades, and tribal elders have warned about the skinwalkers, beings that cross between human and animal form. Many believe the land itself holds ancient energy, tied to spiritual forces that modern science can't understand. To this day, no one has been able to separate legend from reality. But whatever is happening there, it's powerful enough to make even experienced scientists question what they thought they knew. After long and thorough investigations without any proper results, Robert Bigelow decided it was time to let go. He sold Skinwalker Ranch to a company called Adamantium Real Estate LLC for about $500,000. After the sale, things became more secretive than ever. Roads were blocked, barbed wire fences and warning signs went up, and cameras were installed all around the property. The public was no longer allowed anywhere near the ranch. Later, it was revealed that Adamantium Real Estate was connected to Brandon Fugal, a real estate developer and tech investor from Utah. Fugal had stayed anonymous for years, but finally came forward in 2020, confirming that he was the current owner. When asked why he bought such a strange property, Fugal said it was the most unusual real estate deal he'd ever made. What started as curiosity soon turned into a full-scale scientific investigation. He partnered with experts, scientists, and engineers to study the land using drones, radiation sensors, and high-tech cameras. Not long after Brandon Fugal became the owner of Skinwalker Ranch, he said he experienced something that completely changed his view of reality. One day, while looking out over the property, he saw a silver, disc-shaped object hovering silently above the mesa. A massive rock formation that towers over the ranch. It looked exactly like a flying saucer from a science fiction movie. That single moment changed everything for Brandon Fugal. What he saw that day convinced him that something extraordinary was truly happening on Skinwalker Ranch. From then on, he knew he couldn't keep the mystery to himself. With the help of scientists and experts, he made a bold decision to let the world see what he was seeing. Even though Skinwalker Ranch is one of the most heavily guarded places in the United States, surrounded by cameras, fences, and strict security, curiosity about it only continues to grow. The more secretive the ranch becomes, the more the world wants to know the truth. People everywhere ask the same questions. What's really happening behind those locked gates? Could it be ancient forces buried deep beneath the desert? Or is it something far beyond what humans can understand? Skeptics insist there's nothing supernatural about it, that science or coincidence can explain the strange events. But those who have actually been there, scientists, pilots, researchers, and trained investigators, often leave with a different belief. They describe the feeling that something real, powerful, and unseen is at work on that land, something no one has been able to fully explain. And soon, the world got a closer look. A television show pulled back the curtain, opening the mysterious ranch to millions of viewers. For the first time, people could witness the strange experiments, the eerie lights, and the tension that comes with chasing the unknown. But what exactly is this show? What does it reveal? And could it finally bring us closer to uncovering the truth behind Skinwalker Ranch? What's really happening behind those gates? With Skinwalker Ranch came one of the most mysterious shows ever seen on television, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. The series premiered on March 31, 2020, created by the same producers behind The Curse of Oak Island. The concept was simple: bring together scientists, engineers, and security experts, arm them with the most advanced technology, and send them to investigate the strange and haunted ranch, once and for all. From the very first episode, viewers were completely drawn in. This wasn't just about ghost stories or wild rumors, it was a place where science met the unexplained, and every discovery seemed to open a new door into the unknown. At the center of the investigation is Brandon Fugal. Standing beside him is Dr. Travis Taylor, a NASA-connected astrophysicist and engineer. Unknown to many at first, Travis was secretly working for the U.S. government's UFO investigation team, the UAP Task Force, a fact revealed in Season 4 that shocked viewers and added real-world weight to the show. The team faces dangerous conditions, strange energy spikes, equipment failures, and high radiation levels that can't be easily explained. They use advanced tools like drones, thermal cameras, and ground-penetrating radar to search the sky and the soil for clues. What they find often raises more questions than answers: unexplained lights, metallic flying objects, and bursts of radiation that seem to appear out of nowhere. Each season dives deeper into the mystery. Season 1 introduced the ranch and the strange phenomena. Season 2 expanded the experiments and uncovered stronger evidence. Season 3 went viral with UFO footage and shocking readings. Season 4 revealed Dr. Taylor's secret government role. Season 5 tested rockets and underground scans. Season 6, which premiered on June 3rd, continued the quest with even bigger experiments. And yes, Season 7 has already been confirmed for next year. The show has drawn attention from real scientists, journalists, and even government officials, proof that this isn't just a TV gimmick, but it has its critics, too. Some scientists say there's no hard evidence of anything supernatural, calling it entertaining but unproven. Others worry it exaggerates fear or misrepresents Native American beliefs about the Skinwalker, a sacred figure in Navajo legend. Still, millions of fans remain fascinated. Whether it's aliens, secret military projects, or natural forces we don't yet understand, Skinwalker Ranch has become a symbol of humanity's endless curiosity. In the end, the secret of Skinwalker Ranch is more than a show about UFOs. It's a story about our desire to explore the unknown. It reminds us that even in our modern world, there are still places full of wonder, mystery, and unanswered questions. So as Season 7 approaches, one question keeps echoing across the desert. What is really happening on Skinwalker Ranch, and will we ever be ready for the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments below.